Welcome to our comprehensive guide on the IUCN Global Standard for Nature-Based Solutions. In this video, we'll explore how this user-friendly framework supports the verification, design, and scaling up of nature-based solutions, or NBS. Developed by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, the standard brings together scientific knowledge and practical tools to address today's most pressing environmental and societal challenges. Whether you're a policymaker, conservationist, or simply interested in sustainable development, this guide will help you understand the core principles and criteria that make NBS effective and impactful. Let's begin our journey into the world of nature-driven solutions. International Union for Conservation of Nature, or IUCN, is a unique global union composed of both government and civil society organizations. Since its founding in 1948, IUCN has become the world's largest and most diverse environmental network, connecting over 1,400 member organizations and 15,000 experts. IUCN provides a neutral platform for stakeholders to collaborate on solutions to environmental challenges, combining cutting-edge science with traditional knowledge. Its projects aim to reverse habitat loss, restore ecosystems, and improve human well-being, all while promoting sustainable development. Nature-based solutions, or NBS, are actions that protect, sustainably manage, and restore natural and modified ecosystems. The goal is to address societal challenges like climate change, food and water security, and disaster risk, while providing benefits for both human well-being and biodiversity. NBS are not just about conservation for its own sake, they are about using nature as an ally to solve real-world problems. This approach integrates ecosystem management into sectors such as agriculture, infrastructure, and urban planning, making conservation a core part of sustainable development. The concept of nature-based solutions has evolved from decades of conservation practice. Since the 1990s, approaches like forest landscape restoration, integrated water resource management, and ecological restoration have demonstrated that managing ecosystems can deliver tangible benefits, such as jobs, improved land productivity, and carbon sequestration. Over time, the focus has shifted from protecting nature solely for its intrinsic value to recognizing its essential role in supporting society. NBS represent a paradigm shift where people actively protect, manage, and restore ecosystems to address a range of societal challenges. Nature-based solutions serve as an umbrella framework that brings together various ecosystem-based approaches. These include ecosystem-based adaptation, green infrastructure, and holistic landscape management, among others. The term nature-based solutions was first promoted by IUCN in 2009 to highlight the shared principles and goals of these approaches. NBS are designed to address multiple societal challenges simultaneously, such as climate change, disaster risk reduction, and food security. By integrating different strategies, NBS maximize the benefits for both people and nature. BS are designed to tackle a range of societal challenges. These include climate change adaptation and mitigation, disaster risk reduction, revering ecosystem degradation, biodiversity loss, human health, socioeconomic development, food security, and water security. For an intervention to qualify as an NBS, it must address at least one of these challenges in an integrated way. Often, addressing one challenge like ecosystem degradation requires also tackling others such as food or water security. This holistic approach ensures that solutions are robust and sustainable. The world is facing a biodiversity crisis, with 1 million species threatened or extinct and ecosystem services in decline. NBS play a crucial role in revering this trend by ensuring that solutions provide simultaneous benefits to both biodiversity and human well-being. For an action to be considered an NBS, it must maintain or enhance biodiversity. This requirement ensures that short-term gains do not undermine the long-term stability and integrity of ecosystems, securing benefits for future generations. Climate change is one of the most urgent challenges of our time. NBS offer integrated solutions that help nations meet international agreements like the Paris Agreement and the Sustainable Development Goals. By restoring and managing ecosystems, NBS can reduce greenhouse gases, support climate adaptation, and mitigate the impacts of extreme weather events. These solutions are essential for building resilience in both people and nature, and for achieving transformational change towards sustainability. While NBS focus on using functioning ecosystems to provide services, there are also nature-derived and nature-inspired solutions. Nature-derived solutions include renewable energy sources like wind, wave, and solar power, which are based on natural processes but not directly on ecosystems. Nature-inspired solutions such as biomimicry draw design inspiration from biological processes. All these approaches, together with NBS, are needed to achieve a low-carbon and sustainable future. Inclusivity is at the heart of successful NBS. Interventions must involve diverse knowledge systems and the participation of all affected groups, including indigenous peoples, local communities, women, and youth. These groups often hold vital knowledge and play key roles in managing the world's most biodiverse regions. Inclusive NBS ensure that solutions are equitable, culturally appropriate, and more likely to succeed in the long term. Gender-responsive approach is essential for sustainable development. Involving women in NBS brings unique knowledge and strengthens implementation, while also addressing issues like environmental degradation and gender-based violence. Youth participation is equally important, as it ensures intergenerational equity and builds resilience for the future. By engaging women and youth, NBS become more effective and inclusive, supporting both biodiversity and social well-being. With the growing adoption of NBS, there is a need for a clear, consistent, and robust standard to guide their design and implementation. The IUCN Global Standard for NBS provides 8 underlying principles and criteria to ensure that solutions are environmentally sound, socially just, and economically viable. This standard helps practitioners, funders, and policymakers verify and improve NBS interventions, ensuring quality and accountability across different sectors and geographies. The IUCN Global Standard for NBS is designed to be flexible and context-specific. It can be applied through various ecosystem approaches and tools, depending on the local landscape, socioeconomic conditions, and stakeholder composition. Rather than prescribing specific outcomes, the standard focuses on standardizing the processes for designing and executing NBS. This approach enables wider uptake and continuous improvement, helping practitioners adapt to evolving environmental and social challenges. Standard is intended for a wide range of users, including project managers, landscape planners, development practitioners, conservationists, governments, donors, investors, and policymakers. It serves 2 main functions: guiding the design of NBS and verifying that interventions meet the necessary criteria. Standard can also be used to identify strong candidates for scaling up and to pinpoint areas for improvement in existing projects. Currently, the standard is designed for self-assessment or first-party verification. This approach allows for robust yet flexible evaluation, encouraging iterative learning and reflection rather than rigid certification. Practitioners can use the standard to assess both new and existing NBS interventions, ensuring they align with best practices and are responsive to local needs and contexts. IUCN Global Standard for NBS was developed through a collaborative process involving over 800 experts from around the world. Public consultations, scientific reviews, and workshops ensure that the standard reflects diverse perspectives and integrates knowledge from ecology, social sciences, economics, and traditional practices. This inclusive approach has resulted in a robust framework that can be adapted to different contexts and challenges. From the outset, IUCN committed to aligning the development of the NBS standard with international best practices, such as the ISCAL Code of Good Practice. This ensures that the standard is credible, transparent, and effective in guiding social and environmental interventions. The standard is accompanied by scientific guidance and user-friendly tools to support implementation and continuous improvement. Standard consists of 8 interconnected criteria, each supported by specific indicators. These criteria cover the full spectrum of NBS design and implementation, from identifying societal challenges to ensuring long-term sustainability. The criteria are designed to be mutually reinforcing, helping practitioners create solutions that are robust, adaptive, and impactful. First criterion emphasizes the importance of clearly identifying the societal challenge that the NBS will address. This could be climate change, disaster risk, food security, or another pressing issue. The design of the solution must be deliberate and purposeful, ensuring that it meets human well-being needs while maintaining ecosystem functions. A transparent and inclusive process is essential for prioritizing challenges and designing effective intervention. Criterion 2 guides the design of NBS by considering spatial and landscape-level factors. Even if an intervention is implemented at a small site, larger-scale considerations can greatly influence its robustness and durability. Integrating complementary interventions and seeking synergies across sectors ensures that NBS are effective beyond their immediate implementation area. BS must result in a net gain to biodiversity and ecosystem integrity. This means that actions should be based on evidence, with clear and measurable conservation outcomes. Regular monitoring is essential to assess progress and identify any unintended negative impacts. Opportunities to enhance ecosystem connectivity and integrity should be incorporated into the strategy. NBS to be sustainable, they must be economically viable. This involves identifying and documenting the direct and indirect benefits and costs, as well as who pays and who benefits. Cost-effectiveness studies and consideration of alternative solutions help ensure that resources are used efficiently. A diverse portfolio of funding options, including market-based and public sector support, strengthens the long-term viability of NBS. Inclusive, transparent, and empowering governance processes are essential for successful NBS. All stakeholders, regardless of gender, age, or social status, must have access to feedback and grievance mechanisms. Participation should be based on mutual respect and equality, upholding the rights of indigenous peoples and ensuring that decision-making processes are fair and responsive to all interests. BS must equitably balance trade-offs between achieving their primary goals and providing multiple benefits. This involves explicitly acknowledging potential costs and benefits, respecting rights and access to resources, and periodically reviewing safeguards. Transparent and consensus-based decision-making ensures that trade-offs do not destabilize the intervention or disadvantage any group. Adaptive management is key to the success of NBS. This criterion emphasizes the need for regular monitoring and evaluation, as well as a framework for iterative learning. By continuously assessing and adapting interventions, practitioners can respond to changing conditions and improve outcomes over time. Final criterion focuses on ensuring that NBS are sustainable and mainstreamed within appropriate policy and jurisdictional contexts. Sharing lessons learned, informing policy frameworks, and contributing to national and global targets help embed NBS into broader strategies for human well-being, climate action, and biodiversity conservation. Standard provides practical guidance for self-assessment, enabling users to evaluate whether their interventions qualify as NBS. By following the criteria and indicators, practitioners can identify strengths and areas for improvement, ensuring that their solutions are robust, adaptive, and impactful. The standard also supports scaling up successful interventions and sharing best practices across sectors. Comprehensive glossary and reference sections support users in understanding key terms and concepts related to NBS. This ensures clarity and consistency in the application of the standard, helping practitioners navigate the complex landscape of nature-based interventions. Development of the IUCN Global Standard for NBS involved multiple rounds of internal and public consultation, revisions, and peer review. This iterative process ensured that the standard reflects the latest scientific knowledge and best practices, making it a reliable tool for practitioners worldwide. Executive summary of the standard underscores the urgent need for effective solutions to planetary crises. NBS offer a real chance to address sustainability challenges, including climate change and biodiversity loss. The standard provides a consistent approach, enabling purposeful design and adaptive management to ensure that interventions are environmentally sound, socially just, and economically feasible. The standard is the result of contributions from a diverse group of experts, organizations, and stakeholders. Their collective effort has enriched the quality and scope of the framework, ensuring that it is grounded in both scientific knowledge and practical experience. To help users navigate the standard, a list of acronyms and definitions is provided. This resource clarifies key terms and ensures that everyone involved in NBS projects is on the same page, facilitating effective communication and collaboration. Criterion 1 requires that NBS interventions prioritize the most pressing societal challenges for rights holders and beneficiaries. This involves understanding the prevailing social, economic, and environmental conditions before initiating an intervention. Transparent and inclusive processes are essential for identifying and addressing the challenges that matter most to local communities. Establishing a baseline is a critical step in designing effective. This involves conducting a situation analysis using published literature and consultations with stakeholders, beneficiaries, and experts. A well-defined baseline allows practitioners to measure improvements over time and ensures that interventions are tailored to local needs. NBS interventions should adopt holistic approaches with multi-year durations to maximize their chances of success. Simplifying ecosystem structure may deliver short-term outcomes, but maintaining integrity and stability is essential for long-term effectiveness. A theory of change approach helps secure transformational change that lasts for generations. Transparency and inclusivity are vital for identifying societal challenges and designing effective NBS. What external stakeholders see as priorities may differ from local perspectives. Engaging all relevant groups ensures that interventions are relevant, accepted, and more likely to succeed. NBS are designed to generate multiple benefits, addressing various societal challenges while sustaining and enhancing ecosystem services. By maintaining ecosystem structure, function, and composition, NBS improve resilience and deliver long-term outcomes for both people and nature. A theory of change approach is recommended for NBS interventions. This involves mapping out how specific actions will lead to desired outcomes, considering both immediate and long-term impacts. By articulating assumptions and pathways, practitioners can design more effective and adaptable solutions. Engaging stakeholders, including local communities, government agencies, private sector, and scientists, is essential for successful NBS. Their input helps identify challenges, design appropriate interventions, and ensure that solutions are grounded in local realities and knowledge. Regular monitoring and evaluation are integral to the NBS standard. By tracking progress and assessing outcomes, practitioners can adapt interventions as needed, ensuring continuous improvement and long-term success. Adaptive learning is a core principle of the NBS standard. By embracing a learning mindset, practitioners can respond to new information, changing conditions, and unexpected challenges. This approach enhances the resilience and effectiveness of NBS interventions. The standard supports the scaling up of successful NBS interventions. By identifying strong candidates and addressing gaps, practitioners can expand the impact of NBS, contributing to broader sustainability goals and transformative change. Continuous improvement is at the heart of the NBS standard. By regularly reviewing and updating interventions, sharing lessons learned, and incorporating feedback, practitioners can ensure that NBS remain effective and relevant in a changing world. Nature-based solutions have the potential to drive global progress on sustainability, climate action, and biodiversity conservation. By following the IUCN Global Standard, practitioners can contribute to a more just, equitable, and sustainable future for people and the planet. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the IUCN Global Standard for Nature-based Solutions. By applying these principles and criteria, you can design, verify, and scale up interventions that make a real difference for people and nature. Explore the resources, engage with the global community, and become part of the movement for a sustainable future.